This clip is brought to you by VegasWinners.com. Get expert sports betting advice from some of the best handicappers in the world. Head on over to VegasWinners.com and win yourself some money.
Well, there you go, boys and girls. That's the story of Bound for Glory. Oh, you like what I did there? Right. 2011. It's the Bobby Roode, Kurt Angle main event match. But we got questions this week, Kurt, and we're going to start with Lopez. And he wants to know, Kurt, going from a four-sided ring to a six-sided, back to a four-sided ring, how much of an adjustment was that for you?
Well, the six-sided ring, things happen a little quicker. It's a smaller ring. It's more closed in. You have more options to hit ropes. And you can get a little confused with it. But I think the six-side, although it's a faster ring, you're going to, when you come off the ropes, you don't have a lot of room before your opponent's right where you are. So you have to think a lot quicker and react a lot quicker. But it wasn't that much of an adjustment. There wasn't much of a difference between a four-sided ring and a six-sided ring to the point where it would affect your work.
What did you prefer?
I prefer the four sides. I like things being a little slower, telling more of a story, the match being a lot more methodical. And, it all depends on how you feel about, do you like high action matches or do you like matches that are methodical? And I like methodical matches.
Do you think TNA needed to have a six-sided ring to be unique or be something different, or you think they could have been fine just with four sides the whole time?
I think that would have been fine, but I think it did add a little extra something to it. The six-sided ring was something that they could promote every week. Come to the six sides and not the four sides. It was just a good marketing gimmick.
They could sell toys that nobody was selling in wrestling.
Yeah, six-sided rings, and yeah, without a doubt.
Okay. Instagram, a wrestling historian, is up next, and these are why we get questions like this. Why didn't Hulk Hogan believe in Robert Roode? That's the question. Because of that.
I think he believed in Bobby Roode. I just think that he didn't want he wanted Bobby to have his moment in the ring, and I think that he felt that I wasn't up to par to have the 5-star match with Bobby Roode that he deserved. So I can't think of any other reason why he'd want to hold back Bobby Roode of winning the world title, especially with how we promoted him up till the pay-per-view and everything that we did, the vignettes and the storyline. It was all set up for Bobby to take the gold, and it didn't happen.
And to your point earlier, that was the actual plan until the day of.
It was the plan until the day of, and I don't know why it changed.
Okay. Michael McClanahan is up next, and he said, Kurt, what were your thoughts on the Bound for Glory series concept, and do you believe it was successful in creating interest and intrigue around the build for the pay-per-view?
Yes. I mean, you have guys battling for the world championship, and, having a tournament is very intriguing. Tournaments are very marketable for fans. They like to follow the brackets and see who won and see who lost and how your favorite wrestler worked up till the finals. It's an exciting thing to do for the fans, and I think it always works.
Mr. Impact, also known as Craig here, he said, which was your favorite match with Bobby Roode and why? So is there something that sticks out to you? You might not have to necessarily remember the event, but do you remember a specific match with him that you were like, man, we really tore that down?
I had a match with him and James, a tag match. I think it was JJ and I. It was phenomenal. It was a house show, but we went 30 minutes, and it was one of the best tag matches I've ever been a part of. Unfortunately, it wasn't on TV or pay-per-view. That did suck, but I wish it would have been.
And that's sometimes what we find, Ric Flair would talk about all his great matches with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and we talk about the trilogy they had in '89, and he was like, man, you should have seen what we did in the '70s on the house show loops. Those were some even better matches, and unfortunately,
sometimes they are.
Yeah. Ray LeDuc is up next, and he says, Kurt, did Hogan virtually help Roode's career more by not winning the title? So do you think that he essentially helped Roode's career more by not winning the title?
I don't see how that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I think it might have made Roode a little more hungry. It might have also frustrated Bobby. You know, he was expected to win the title and he got it taken away from him. And Hulk Hogan is the reason. I don't know why that would make Bobby would do Bobby a favor by not winning the title. Maybe to teach him a lesson. I don't know what lesson you're trying to teach him, but I think that Bobby deserved to win the title of Bound for Glory. That was his goal. That's what he deserved.
And to your point, again, you're a vital part of the organization back there. I'm sure you have your thumb on kind of the pulse of what creative is and what they would like to do. And you're hearing nothing of any kind of heat from anyone about Bobby Roode. I mean, he's just a great worker. They're putting the vignettes behind him, and it's all systems go with him as a singles competitor at this point.
Oh, yeah, exactly. He was ready to go, and he was primed, and Bobby deserved to win that title that night.
All right. Well, that's it for the questions this week, Kurt. Next week, coming off of you and Conrad's interview last week with Samoa Joe, it's time to discuss your first pay-per-view match for TNA, and it's against the Machine, Samoa Joe, at Genesis 2006. This is also going to cover
Samoan Submission Machine.
That's right, the Samoan Submission Machine. It's also going to cover your debut in front of the Impact Zone. And your start with TNA, the build to you versus Joe. What do you think you're most excited to discuss about this one?
With Joe?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Just our matches.
Yeah.
We had phenomenal matches. They were so physical. Joe's one of the most physical guys I've ever worked with. And for his size, the way he can move, he's quick, he's catty, very athletic, but he's a brawler too. He's a technician and a brawler. He's got it all. The kid's incredible. And you know what? He doesn't have the exact perfect look for wrestling, but that's okay. I mean, you know, he's a Samoan dude, and Samoans, you know, that's how they're built. A lot of them, not all of them, but you know, I think that Joe.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe this is real, but we not only got a handicapper, but we got the best ever. How are you so good at handicapping these games? I mean, 4-0, that's quite a streak already.
Well, you know, let's talk about every pick I've given this year in the NFL as an example. 23-8. Every pick I've given this year. 4 weeks in the bag, 23-8. There's nobody in the country that can match what I do, but I always make sure, because anybody, Conrad, could make up anything. They could tell you and blow smoke and tell you, oh, I'm the greatest. But I am independently monitored and documented, so nobody could ever question what I say and go, I don't believe it. I send every pick to an independent monitoring and documentation service that has to get the pick before the game goes off and then publishes it after the game goes off so anybody can see what I gave. But this is the best start I've ever had. I've never been this good to start a season. You don't win every week, 4 weeks in a row, everything you put out. It's been the kind of year I've had. So get on a hot streak, because when a guy's on a hot streak like me, you want to ride it. I've always had a talent for picking winners. Never quite as hot as I am right now, but I've always been very good at it. And I think it's because I do more homework than anybody else. You know, the average guy or gal watching this podcast, they don't have time. They have a career. They have jobs. They might read the newspaper or go online and see something, but they don't have time 80 hours a week to study the games. That's what I do. And I have a crew of guys behind me, my consultants, who every week we get together 3 times a week and they throw their ideas at me. I throw my ideas at them. And then I pick the final 5 plays on Saturday and Sunday in college and pro football. So, I mean, I've got a great team behind me too, but we're all doing together hundreds of hours of homework. So you don't have to. It's all at vegaswinners.com.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to vegaswinners.com right now. Let's win some money.
Was going to have a lot of success regardless.
Yeah, no, he is one of the most badass wrestlers in terms of when you think about his presence, his persona, how he carries himself, and then the way he articulates, the fact that he helped write your Hall of Fame speech, and you know, some of that we learned with your episode that you did with him last week, man. Just a great guy all around. Sounds great at the commentary table. He's just all around.
He's very intelligent, very articulate. Not much of a. You can't find a better guy than Joe to do commentary or to speak for you at a Hall of Fame. I'm telling you, the kid came up with some crazy ass words that I didn't even understand, but But he made me look
explain
really
this to me,
good.
Joe? Right. Yeah. What's this mean again?
I need an encyclopedia.
Oh, that's good, Kurt. Well, listen.
I'm a simple man.
Hey, I get it.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.